PK Mickens here with Shofar Media, and I have the privilege of speaking with Mr. Attorney Robert Slama, and we're here at the Potter's House in Jacksonville, Florida. And tell us about your mission with the showing of Courageous on tonight, your mission with the showing of Courageous.
This movie, it came out about a year ago, and when I saw it last October, it so deeply moved me that I saw an opportunity for ministry. So I got together with Pastor Thomas and we started talking about, different ways to use the movie. So we prayed about it and we worked on it and we finally came up with a couple of the things that were in the movie, that those would be good vehicles for family ministry if we could just get the pastors and the people on board with it. So tonight we're kind of launching the beginning of this. And the funny thing is that the people who actually did this movie came up with all these study materials, and the main way they were looking to use this movie was to have group showings and Bible studies based on the movie. But I think we need to go beyond that and use it in another way, where it becomes some sort of interactive medium that the family can watch the movie, but the family can also invite people to watch the movie, but they can actually live the movie. And the whole thing here is, what I was saying before is, not what do we do. I know by now we all kind of have a sense in the church what we need to do, but the question is, how do we do it? How do we transform families, and how do we stop the slide of the family when we know what the problems are? And my belief is if we do these two things, a day of resolution and a night of commitment, it will be the beginning of helping the families come together as a family unit. The other thing, we're supposed to be different. I would say we're the other guys. People are supposed to know us because we're the truck going down the road, and we don't look like anybody else. So when the rest of the world is trying to deal with these problems, they're supposed to look over and see this group of people, these folks that are the shining city on the hill, the people set aside for service, that they look different, they act differently, and they see in us this level of family life that they don't have, because it's a real commitment among the family members. These are the things that speak as to who we are, but they also speak about who we belong to. And when I say when you do this, it doesn't require any words. It requires a family looking at this other family and saying, why are they doing this? Because the family unit and a marriage, it's a covenant. It is a sacred relationship. And I think today one of the things we've really lost is how important and the fundamental covenant that we're entering into when we get into this marriage. And then the other thing, or the last thing is roles. I firmly believe that part of what we're doing is to help people understand and teach their roles. Just because, I don't know if you're married or not, but a husband and a wife come together, it doesn't mean you know your roles. What you know is I'm going to be a husband and you're going to be a wife. But what does that mean? And then the role changes when you have kids. And then you really don't know what your role is, if you knew it before. So the family's trying to figure themselves out. And in the church, I don't think we do necessarily a very good job of teaching roles. All of that you're saying you can find in this movie and find by doing these things, I think you can. So I challenge people to do it.
I agree. The movie was an excellent watch. As I said before, I had been given the book and also the movie and just have been too busy to take a look at it. But I'm so excited and glad that you invited us out on tonight. And I am definitely going to congratulate you on the mission that you're starting, because it's something that we definitely need in the church, because we don't know how. And Scripture says that the people perish because of lack of knowledge, and that's what's happening with our families. So I encourage everyone that's viewing this now that, to get more information, how can they find out if they want to become a part of what you're doing?
Two ways. One is you can call. My number is 626-4901. The other is on WCGL. We're on once a week, Tuesday from 4 o'clock to 4:30 on WCGL 1360 a Christian call to action, and you'll be able to listen to us. We're continuing with this series, Courageous Living, and we're giving people opportunities for ministry. We're continuing to talk about this, and we're going to be explaining as we go different events and different things, including a Bible study that we're working together, which will be based on courageous living.
Right.
You didn't tell me whether you were married or not.
No, I'm not married. I'm not married, which is why I definitely need to be a part of it, because when I do get married, I want to do it. I want to know the how. Right
now, you can invite your friends over with your movie you haven't watched yet. Bring them to the house. Line them up. Let them see it. Even your married friends. And you'll be the one. That's one of the ways I'm looking to do this, including the kids who are in college, the kids in high school. Bringing your friends over, letting them see the movie, and then starting the discussion, just like those officers were doing. And it's an easy way to do this ministry without preaching, without necessarily, having to know a ton of scripture, but letting them see it actually play out. What a powerful weapon.
Definitely. And I've read a couple books like that were written for small groups, and that allows other people to give their insight and how they feel and their different thoughts. And another thing that I saw in Courageous as well is accountability, because when we agree to any commitment or we're going into covenant, it's good to have accountability partners. So
absolutely,
yeah. So I really think that this is a great thing, and I'm in it now. I've watched the movie. I'm inspired. And I want to be courageous just as Joshua was, because that's the scripture that they used, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so courageous.
So you're sold on courageous living?
Definitely.
Very good.
PK Mickens, Shofar Media, Attorney Robert Slama, and you can get more information at www.shofarmagazine.com. Thank you.